The 2008 financial crisis made me eventually just stop believing in the American dream altogether. It's interesting because I've had other conversations with people who were impacted by the 2008 financial crisis. They also say that a lot of their leftist radicalization process came from just going through the 2008 financial crisis as a child. I was 11 when it happened. And the American dream, as it at least had always been presented to me, have reinforced this myth that if you work hard, no matter who you are, you too can achieve the American dream with like a little luck, lots of hard work, and a little bit of ingenuity, you can get there. And the American dream was often financial security and success. That was kind of the thing that you would achieve, but it could also be fame. It could also be other forms of success, but most often it was some level of just like general financial security. And the 2008 financial crisis impacted me because my parents were real estate agents, and the first sector to be most impacted by it was housing. And I saw my parents work harder than they had ever worked in their life that time, trying to compensate and survive when absolutely no one could buy a house other than companies like BlackRock, of course. Your average everyday person couldn't, though, and so they worked harder than they had I'd ever seen them work, and were so much more stressed about their financial stability than I'd ever seen them be. I learned that working hard doesn't always lead to financial success, and I also learned the very scary fact that people with a lot more money than I'll ever have in my entire lifetime, who I've never met, can make really bad decisions that trickle down to devastatingly impact me as a child and so many other people. That level of just feeling so out of control of your life or your future is very, very stressful. I think too, I realized that the myth of the American dream did not coincide well with the actual lived experience that I saw of everyone that I knew that, and to this day, everyone that I know that is the hardest working people that I know are not wealthy. The very few people that I know that are wealthy are not necessarily hardworking. Like, those two things don't always coincide together, and I think it's very rare for people to have a story like, Will Smith in that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness. Like, for every one story like that, there are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of stories of people who also worked incredibly hard and gave their job their all to not really be rewarded for that work. Even if you are the employee who's doing the most amount of work, that doesn't mean that at the end of the year you are going to get a raise or any sort of acclamation for the amount of hard work that you do. Working hard doesn't automatically really mean anything. Like, especially as I got older and realized that most wealth is passed along from generation to generation. It's not accumulated through entrepreneurship, or the people that are accumulating their wealth for entrepreneurship were able to initially get a certain amount of money to build their business because their family already had money. It was very hard for me to really buy into that idea when life just didn't really show that.